The Bold and the Beautiful, a September 25th. Secrets, Scandals, and Shattered Trust on Thursday, September 25th. The Bold and the Beautiful ignites a firestorm of revelations, betrayals, and second chances as long-buried secrets resurface and the ripple effects threaten to destroy lives. From shocking confessions to emotional implosions, the drama is relentless and unforgiving. Nothing will be the same after this. Deacon Sharp is done playing games. After a whirlwind of confusion, half-truths, and cryptic whispers, Deacon finally corners Sheila Carter, demanding answers. No more evasions. No more manipulation. Deacon has questions, and this time, Sheila won't get away with vague reassurances or deflective charm. The revelation that Luna Nozawa may still be alive has rocked him to the core. His son, Deke Sharp, returned from Il Giardino with a story that sounded like fiction, but it hit too close to the truth to ignore. According to Deke, his return from Il Giardino wasn't just a casual visit. It was a mission, a reckoning. He claimed that Deacon initially brushed off his concerns as nonsense. But after witnessing the subtle signs, the unspoken tension in the air, and the eerie familiarity of certain details, Deacon began to reconsider. What if Deke was right? What if Luna Nozawa, the woman presumed dead, the woman whose loss devastated so many, was never gone at all? What if she had been hidden, silenced, buried alive in lies? Deacon is haunted by that possibility. When Sheila arrives, expecting a quiet evening, she walks straight into a storm. Deacon doesn't mince words. He confronts her with the claim that Luna is still alive, demanding to know the truth, all of it. He wants answers about what really happened the night Luna disappeared. Sheila, ever the master manipulator, attempts to stay calm. But this time, her usual tricks won't work. Deacon isn't just suspicious, he's enraged. I was going to tell you, Sheila begins, voice trembling not with fear but with calculation. She admits that yes, Luna is alive. And it was Lee Finnegan who saved her, not out of malice or control, but out of a twisted sense of protection. Sheila explains that Lee begged her to stay silent, to give Luna time to recover, to stay hidden until the storm passed. But the silence turned into secrecy, and the secrecy bred betrayal. Deacon listens, but his trust is fraying. Sheila insists she was going to tell him, that she was waiting for the right time. But time ran out. The damage is done. And now Deacon must decide whether he can ever trust her again, or if this was the final straw in a relationship already on the brink. Meanwhile, across town, the Spencer estate becomes the site of another implosion. Bill Spencer, reeling from recent events, seeks out Katie Logan. For once, the arrogant tycoon drops his walls and admits the painful truth that his choices, his failure to intervene, his blind spots have cost them more than he ever imagined. He admits to Katie that he is responsible for what happened to Will, that his neglect created the cracks that allowed something unspeakable to happen. He admits that it was his failure that left Will vulnerable, and it's his guilt that eats at him every day. Bill pleads with Katie, not just for forgiveness, but for understanding. He knows he's lost her trust. He knows Will may never look at him the same way again. But he hopes one day the two people he loves most will find it in their hearts to let him make amends. Not for his sake, but for theirs. It's a rare moment of vulnerability from a man who's always been defined by power and pride. But while Bill seeks redemption, the next generation is falling apart. Electra Forrester, spiraling from confusion to heartbreak, is blindsided by a confession that sends her world crashing down. After days of avoidance and nervous tension, Will Spencer finally tells her the truth. The woman he slept with after his promotion party, the woman he couldn't stop thinking about, was Luna Nozawa. Electra is speechless. Disbelief floods her expression. Luna. That's impossible. Luna is dead? Except she's not. Will confirms what Electra's heart refuses to accept. Luna is alive. And worse, she's claiming she's pregnant. With his child. Electra's entire reality collapses. The betrayal is bad enough. But the layers of deception, the emotional minefield, the insanity of the situation, it's too much to process. She demands answers. How? Why? When? None of it makes sense. She thought she was building something real with Will. Now it feels like a lie, a cruel joke played at her expense. Will, to his credit, doesn't hide. He explains that what happened that night wasn't just reckless, it was traumatic. He didn't consent. Luna was confused, distraught, and spiraling. What occurred wasn't intimacy, it was chaos. It was a violation. And now the consequences are impossible to avoid. But Electra doesn't want apologies. She wants the truth. She wants clarity in a storm that keeps spinning. And all she can see is the woman she thought was dead now standing at the center of everything she's lost. Back at the heart of the storm, Deacon wrestles with the weight of what he's learned. Luna is alive. Sheila knew. Lee covered it up. And Deke, his son, is the one who exposed the truth. It's almost poetic, in the most tragic way. The web of lies, spun over months, has finally begun to unravel. But what happens when the truth is more dangerous than the lie? As Deke and Remy Price reconnect, the mood is tense but charged with possibility. Deke explains everything: the confrontation with Deacon, the cryptic signs at A.L. Giardino, the sense that Luna's story isn't over. He opens up about the gut instinct that pushed him to keep digging, even when everyone told him to stop. And now, with Luna's survival confirmed, Deke feels a strange mix of vindication and dread. Remy listens closely, piecing together the fragments of this shattered narrative. He knows this isn't the end, it's just the beginning. The truth about Luna changes everything: the family dynamics, the relationships, the entire trajectory of their lives. And while the truth has come to light, the consequences are only beginning to ripple outward. What happens now? Luna is alive, pregnant, traumatized. Electra is devastated. Will is broken. Deacon is furious. Sheila is exposed. Lee is implicated. And Bill is desperate to repair what may already be beyond fixing. In true Bold and the Beautiful fashion, there are no easy answers, only hard choices, raw emotions, and relationships pushed to their limits. The line between love and betrayal has never been thinner. The truth may set them free or destroy them all. As the episode ends, one thing is clear: no secret stays buried forever. And when the past returns, it doesn't knock. It kicks down the door. Tomorrow, everything could explode. But tonight, the truth burns. The Bold and the Beautiful, September's turning point. Love lies. And the fall of the Spencers. Chaos strikes again in Los Angeles as the Bold and the Beautiful takes a devastating turn that shatters alliances, breaks hearts, and thrusts Will Spencer into the unforgiving fire of consequence. What started as a night of celebration has exploded into a test of maturity, loyalty, and identity, and the stakes have never been higher. As Will scrambles to justify his actions following his promotion party, Electra Forrester reaches her breaking point. And in that split-second decision, she doesn't just walk away, she detonates a bomb beneath the Spencer legacy. It begins with Will, standing in the aftermath of a reckless, irreversible mistake. His voice is tight with panic, his words tangled in excuses as he tries to explain what happened that night: the drinking, the confusion, the blurred lines that led him into Luna Nozawa's bed. He insists he didn't know what he was doing, that he was grieving, confused, lost. He never meant to betray Electra. He begs her to understand that it was a moment of weakness, a freak accident, a lapse in judgment. But Electra doesn't need an apology. She needs a man, and what she sees in front of her isn't one. With the poise of someone who's done being lied to, Electra cuts him off. No more stories. No more emotional band-aids. No more cleaning up messes she didn't make. She tells Will flat out, she's not here to babysit a man who still thinks I didn't mean to is a valid excuse. Her voice is cold, final. She refuses to be the emotional crutch for someone who's had every opportunity, every advantage, and still chose chaos. Will's pleas echo in her wake, but she's already gone mentally, emotionally, spiritually. She walks out, leaving him in a silence so loud it breaks the air. The fallout is instant and seismic. The moment Electra leaves the Spencer estate, shockwaves tear through the family. Bill Spencer, already burdened with guilt over his own part in the Luna scandal, watches his son crumble under the weight of his own immaturity. It's a hard dose of reality. Will isn't ready for the world he thought he could control. And now, the woman who might have anchored him, who might have made him better, is gone. Electra's decision sends a clear message to the powerful man of Los Angeles. She's no one's consolation prize, and she will not sacrifice her self-worth to patch up a broken man. Back at Forrester Creations, the tension simmers just beneath the glossy surface of fashion and luxury. Electra returns, not in shame or heartbreak, but in silent fury and resolve. She's not crumbling, she's evolving. Her pain doesn't dull her sparkle, it sharpens her edges. And the change doesn't go unnoticed. Eyes are on her, watching this newly untethered woman walk through the halls with fire in her step and steel in her spine. She doesn't say a word, but her presence screams one truth. She's done playing second fiddle. And then, he appears. A new player enters the scene, not just another flirtation, but a serious contender. A Forrester designer, previously a quiet observer, now sees an opportunity. He's been watching Electra from the sidelines, seeing her strength, her elegance, her intelligence, all the things we'll took for granted. Now, with the Spencer chaos in her rearview, she's wide open for something different, something real. Their first conversation is simple, a passing comment about a fabric choice, a shared laugh over a model's misstep on the runway. But the energy crackles. It's subtle, but unmistakable, the beginning of something that could burn hot and fast if given oxygen. Word spreads like wildfire. Electra has cut ties with Will. The Spencers are reeling. The Forresters are watching. And Will is spiraling. The woman he thought would always forgive him has finally walked. The look in her eyes when she left wasn't heartbreak. It was liberation. And that terrifies him more than anything. For the first time in his life, Will Spencer isn't in control. He's not the golden boy. He's just another man who messed up and got left behind. Back at Spencer Publications, Bill rages in private. He knows what this means. If Will doesn't grow up fast, he's going to lose everything. Not just Electra, but the future Bill hoped his son would build. Bill, once the alpha in every room, is forced to sit back and watch as his legacy begins to crumble. He wants to step in, to fix things, to buy back what was lost. But this isn't a business deal. This is manhood. And Will has to find it on his own. Katie Logan, watching from the sidelines, sees the writing on the wall. She's been here before, watching the men she loves self-destruct under pressure. And while her heart breaks for her son, she knows Electra made the right call. A woman like that doesn't settle. She doesn't wait for a man to grow up. She moves on. Meanwhile, Luna's name continues to haunt every corner of this story. Her unexpected survival, her pregnancy claim, and her involvement in Will's downfall make her the lightning rod of the moment. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has a stake. But Luna, she's silent. Her silence isn't peace, it's tension, waiting to snap. Will's next move will define him. Right now, he's in limbo, not a boy, not a man. If he wants to win Electra back, he has to earn her. No more excuses. No more apologies. Just action. Real, difficult, uncomfortable growth. Or he can sit back and watch someone else, someone stronger, wiser, better, walk into her life and take everything he threw away. And Electra, she's not waiting for anyone. She's focusing on her career, her future, her independence. She's redefining herself in a world that expected her to crumble. The more Will spirals, the higher she climbs. Every step she takes is a reminder that heartbreak doesn't have to break you, it can build you into something unshakable. In a world of high fashion, high stakes, and even higher drama, this isn't just a breakup, it's a reckoning. The Spencer family must now face the truth. Will may have inherited the name, but he hasn't earned the respect. Not yet. And unless he makes some serious changes, he never will. No one saw it coming, but Electra's quiet decision became the loudest scream. It shattered the illusion of the Spencer dynasty's invincibility. It revealed the cracks beneath the glamour. And it reminded everyone watching that in the bold and the beautiful, love is war and only the strong survive. Tomorrow brings more fallout, more questions, more consequences. But today belongs to Electra not as a woman scorned, but as a woman reborn. And that makes her the most dangerous person in the room.